So I was going to do individual stories about these places, but then I realized it doesn't really kind of make sense individually. So this time I'm going to do a group thing. And this is about the Sunset Strip, the famous Sunset Strip on Hollywood, or I should say in Hollywood, which is the Whiskey, the Roxy, the Rainbow. At the time it was Gazzari's, which is now I think Oak One or something like that, One Oak or something weird like that. But basically the Roxy, the Whiskey, and the Rainbow. A lot of great things happened to me at all these places through the years. We'll start with the Roxy. First of all, August 15th, 1991 was the first time I saw Nirvana play there. It was a preview show for Nevermind. They did an amazing job, great fucking show. Saw lots of bands at the Roxy back in those days because everybody wanted to play there. It was a great place. And then afterwards, you'd go to the Rainbow and get dinner and hang out with all your rock star friends. You know, I always tell people the Rainbow is still there. Not the best food in the world, but okay. It was more about being next to the Roxy. It was more about the scene that was there. I wasn't into heavy metal bands, so I wasn't hanging out with them so much, but that was a big place for them to all go. I used to have friends in metal bands and hair bands that would go to the Rainbow like every Friday and Saturday night, no matter what was going on. But I mean, main thing for me was the Roxy, which is an amazing little venue. It has a weird stage setup and weird booths. It's not the most kind of easy place to see shows, but I saw a lot of good shows there. A lot of good friends played there, so I had a lot of good fun. But my favorite venue out of all it is the Whiskey. Who doesn't love the Whiskey? I saw a lot of bands play there, but the most famous ones probably are Soundgarden, where they did the Loud Love video on December 7th. And then they played the 10th in 1989. I saw both of those shows. So this is when Loud Love was out on A&M Records, and a great, fucking Chris Cornell Young, crazy bouncing all over the stage. So that was an amazing show, but it wasn't the best show that I saw there. This is weird too. The best show that I ever saw at the Whiskey was a friends band from Australia, three guys from Bondi Beach, a band called COG, C-O-G. I think they're still around in Australia, and they're amazing. They were amazing. Their first record was fucking phenomenal. They're like an Australian version of Tool, if I had to put them in any category. But they're amazing. And their show at the Whiskey literally was one of the best shows I've ever seen at the Whiskey. Like better than Soundgarden. They sounded amazing, a great band. Musicians are amazing. But I love the Whiskey. I remember once going there and seeing a show, and you just afterwards you'd hang out outside and everybody mingling and talking, and the Whiskey's the Whiskey. I mean, it's iconic. And how many bands have played there in the history of mankind? I mean, the Doors played there, for God's sakes. But I had a great time. Sunset Strip. I didn't hang out there like a lot of people did, like hardcore, like a lot of people did, because I was too busy working. So I didn't go out and party and get drunk and do those things. But I went to a lot of shows there, a lot of good times. Never really took pictures at the Whiskey now that I think about it. Maybe once or twice.